I let myself be a complete animal for the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to share my experiences with you. Now, what do I mean by me being a complete animal? Well, firstly, let me say, I think a lot of us deep down have this fantasy about just unplugging from the world, unplugging from our everyday routines, activities, experiences, and just seeing what happens up in here and seeing what happens up in here when you actually just remove yourself from your given circumstances and situations, whatever they may be. And if you're not familiar with the channel and my current adventures, well, I basically did that. I put everything in a storage unit back home in Texas, Dallas, Texas. I'm very far away now. I'm actually in Thailand, Chiang Mai, Thailand. But I put everything in a storage unit, moved out of my place, parked my car in my friend's garage, packed everything up in 2 bags, and I said deuces, and I flew halfway across the world, literally. Like, it's been 2 weeks now, exactly 2 weeks, and that's why I'm shooting this video. Because originally, the trip was it was about unplugging and it was about seeing who I really was. And I've had a lot of great realizations since coming here. And I am expecting to probably have quite a bit more before I go back to the States, but I don't know when I'm going back home yet. And that's half of the adventure. But I do know I have been a absolute animal these last 2 weeks. And let me explain. So basically, I was under the impression before coming to Thailand that I was gonna, be recording like vlogs and try and be consistent with making videos and try and at least do like some kind of little workout, even if it's a body weight workout every morning. But I quickly realized that that wasn't gonna happen, at least not at the start of my trip. And the main reason being that started this whole animalistic behavior of mine is that I got jet lagged really bad. I traveled for 25 hours and I can't not sleep on planes. And Bangkok, Thailand, time difference between Texas is exactly 12 hours. So 12-hour time difference is insane because what should be morning's actually night and what should be night is actually morning for my brain. So when I got to Thailand, I went to sleep and then I didn't wake up for like 11 hours. So then it was like 2 in the afternoon the next day. And then since then, for like the last 2 weeks, my sleep cycle has been all over the place. So I decided, like, I'm not even lying, guys. Like, there's been days where I've been up for 2 days straight. There's been days where I'm sleeping from 12 in the afternoon until 6 p.m., or I'm going to bed at 8 p.m., waking up at 2 a.m., starting the day at 2 a.m. because I can't fall back asleep. There's days where I fall asleep at 5 in the morning and I wake up at 6 and I just start the day. And then I do an overnight bus to Chiang Mai and stay awake another like 38 hours. And then I sleep all day again. Like, guys, I've literally just been sleeping when my body will let me sleep, and I've been awake when my body says be awake. And I've just decided to give in. Like, I realized this after like the first day. Like, after the first day, I'm like, just gonna go with the flow, and I'm going to give in, and I'm just gonna deeply surrender to just the world around me. So I let everything go out the window. No routines, no sleep schedule, sleeping whenever, eating whenever. If you don't know, I'm very structured back in the States. I intermittent fast. I only eat from 1 to 9 o'clock typically, but here I'm eating whenever. I'm sleeping literally whenever. I'm not like working out. I'm not meditating. I'm not doing my usual practices I do back home. And I'm not even really making videos. Like, I have been making some vlog style content, but I haven't always been in the mood to do it. So if I'm in the mood, I do it. If I'm not, I don't do it. And I've been just living. Honestly, I decided to just let myself be. And that in itself is probably like the deepest gift. And honestly, there's some realizations I've come to by just not having any expectations for myself for the last 2 weeks and just letting myself be and exist. It's been just quite the riveting experience. And now I don't want to say you should abandon your routines and your structures permanently, because I think that's also a disaster. But I do think it is very necessary to do it from time to time because it's almost like unplugging gives your internal battery time to recharge. Like, I feel almost like I'm coming back to life after like being in like this haze of just not mediocrity, because my life in the States wasn't bad. I had a really good routine down, everything was fine. It was almost like this deep sense of language, like, everything was good. But it's like when you watch even your favorite movie 100 times in a row, you get kind of bored of it. And that's basically where I was, because besides like getting married, starting a family, working on this brand, and doing this big trip that I'm doing now, like there's really not much else in life that I personally like desire. Like I don't have a lot of desires or like wants. I'm pretty happy the way things are and where my life is right now. But then it's like it gets a little bit stagnant and a little bit stale. And then you do something crazy like travel halfway across the world to a different country just to see what's up. But anyways, I surrendered to this guy's fully. Like I was eating whenever, sleeping whenever, no routines, no patterns, and no guilt either. No guilt for not working out, no guilt for not meditating, no guilt for not trying to like hustle or work on my YouTube channels, just letting myself be. And oh my God, it's been so freeing and relaxing. Things I've learned. One, I have a lot of preconditioned beliefs and biases. So, like whenever you like go on like a vacation, I guess because we don't go on vacations that often, it's almost like when you go on vacation, you feel like every moment needs to be freaking exciting and amazing. It needs to be Instagram story worthy. Like, let me show this on social media. Look, world, look what I'm doing. I'm having such a great time because I'm doing something I don't normally do. I realized that really quickly. I felt this like impulse to have a good time. And don't get me wrong, I have been having a really good time a lot of the time, but not everything has been perfect. And in those moments that are just like not perfect or kind of like normal, I almost feel like this obligation in the back of my head, like I should be having a good time. I'm halfway across the world. Who gets to do stuff like this? Who gets to like unplug and like leave their job and just go experience life? This is a rare privilege. You should be feeling more excited. And then I was like, wait, why do I have this preconditioned bias and belief in my head? Like, I'm still me halfway across the world, and I have been having a lot of surreal experiences, but let me keep it real with you. Like, I ate some bomb ass Thai food, and then 3 hours later, I'm paying the price in the bathroom. I'll let your imagination figure it out. So, like, while there has been a lot of really good moments, there's been some uncomfortable times, and like, just figuring out the language and being in a different country, there's a little bit of anxiety with that, not too much. But it's been a good mix of great experiences, but there's also just been like little uncomfortable things, like getting bit by mosquitoes and just, there's lizards and nature and wildlife everywhere. Like I like that stuff. A lot of people wouldn't like that stuff. So like you don't have to have every situation in your life be perfect, especially when you're traveling. And I realized that. And then I decided to just let go of it. Like I'm just going to be here. I'm going to be in Thailand. I don't need to have crazy experiences that I need to post on Facebook and Instagram so I can show all my friends back home. Like, look at me. I went to Asia. I'm having the time of my life. And honestly, I haven't posted a single thing on social media yet. I've done a lot of really cool things. I got to play with some elephants. I was hiking in the mountains. I saw some snakes, been trekking through some waterfalls, meeting a lot of lovely people. Like, I've been doing a lot of really cool shit, but I haven't posted any of it on social media because I just don't feel like I need to share it with the world. Like I am doing cool stuff and I don't have to prove it to anybody. Now, I probably will post at some point because there's a lot of friends and family who want to see what I'm up to or what I've been up to. And I know I've been kind of secretive about it, but at the end of the day, this trip is about me. So I'm letting it be about me and I'm enjoying myself and I don't feel this overwhelming need to share with the world or paint this image of me having a good time, which was a bias I felt. But anyways, I became very aware of that, especially after just surrendering to the moment and just existing. Like biases, I started questioning my biases more. I realized that I've been a lot more observant of my thoughts, which kind of goes hand in hand with the whole like me understanding some of my biases or my preconditioned feelings. But another thing I realized is I actually really do love routines. But without a routine, I felt this very surreal feeling like, who am I without my routines? I am halfway across the world, but I'm not working out. I'm not meditating. I'm not intermittent fasting. I don't have my friends and my family back home. I like, who am I without my routines, my old job, my old behaviors? Like, who am I without all that stuff? And it was like this moment where I'm just like, whoa, like I could literally be anyone right now. I could have any kind of routine right now. And I have no routines right now. So what am I? And then like the conclusion is like I'm just human. I'm just being. I'm here. And I'm just like, whoa, I don't know, man. This is like some Zen like hippie shit, like these realizations that I'm coming to. But I realize like a lot of who we are, who we think we are, is just our patterns of behavior and the routines that we do. That in itself almost becomes part of who we are. But I don't think we can be inside boxes. I don't think we can put a label on who we are as a human, because all of us humans are fundamentally different, and we're all different people all through our lives, guys. Like, we're all stories in the end, and we're all changing. Like, I'm not the man I was a year ago. I'm not the man I was 5 years ago. Sure, it's like the same package and certain features look the same, but my brain and my mindset is constantly growing and shifting in just different directions. And that in itself is something crazy to like put your to wrap your finger around, your head around, whatever, because we like to think of people and put them in like a box or a label, like, oh, this guy does this, that guy does that, this guy does this. We rarely think of people as like way more deeper. Like, for example, like, I think The Rock did a good job at like breaking out of like a stigma, because, you know, we could have just thought, oh, he's just a wrestler, but nah, he's a wrestler, he's an actor, he has his own tequila company. The Rock does it all. And that's very hard to not be stuck inside a box, because a lot of us put people in boxes. Like, I don't know, like Brad Pitt, he's an actor. But if you ever tried to like go be a professional golfer, everyone would be like, well, that's kind of weird. Or like Michael Jordan, he plays basketball. And then, I mean, he kind of had the same thing when he tried to play golf. I think he tried to play golf. I don't know. I'm not the best with sports, but you guys get where I'm saying. Like, we are not in a box, and who we are as humans is not, it's not set in stone. We could be whoever, whenever. We can change our personality if there's things we don't like about it. We are these sculptors. And I think a lot of times we really think of ourselves as the characters in a game, but we're actually the players, and we have the ability to control what the character does, how the character levels up, the character's mindsets, beliefs, and that in itself is worth just like sitting there and thinking with. Anyways, going a little hoo-ha here. But also what I have learned by letting myself just be basically an animal and just living in the moment, doing whatever I want to do, is I have learned to be very organic with my emotions. And what I mean by this is like kind of talking to you guys, like how I really wanted to like be recording a lot of vlogs so I can share with you guys back home, but then realizing how much work vlogging actually is. Like, doing videos like this is way easier. You know, I have the mic on, I'm talking, there's minimal amounts of editing I need to do. I can post it, drop it for you guys. Awesome sauce. Doing a vlog, I'm trying to, it's like I'm learning a different style of recording. Like, I'm trying to record myself in different angles. I'm trying to record my thoughts while I'm going through experiences. I'm trying to tell a story, and I've never done anything like that before. So it's very hard and taxing on the brain, because it's like, I don't always want to make content like that. And also the editing, I haven't even started editing yet, but I already know it's going to be a lot more than doing videos like this. And then having these emotions where I'm like, I'm feeling like compelled to record and try to force make a vlog, but then also realizing that there are times where I do want to actually record. I do want to pull out my phone and be like, hey, what's up, YouTube? Talking at you, blah, blah. This is what I'm doing. I'm in Bangkok, whatever. But there's also a lot of times where I want to be in the moment, and I then don't want to touch my phone. I don't want to record. I don't want to make content. I just want to exist. I just want to be alive. Oh, just want to stretch and being organic with your emotions. I learned that just do what I want to do. Like, even if I feel like there's things I'm obligated to do, if I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. I don't have to create this vlog. I'm going to, but I can be congruent with how I feel. Like, if I feel like making content or unwinding, sure. If I feel like taking pictures, sure. If I feel like doing it, sure. But I shouldn't have to let myself feel forced to doing that. And I know this might sound ridiculous to some people, like, wow, if you don't want to do it, dude, just don't do it. But I think a lot of us get this wrong. A lot of us have these ideas and like these strict structures and routines or ideas of like who we're trying to be. And if we don't stick to it, we let it hit our ego, our self-esteem, we spiral, we feel sad or bad about it. But it's a whole nother level to actually get to that next level where it's like, hey, you can be understanding about it and you can just let it go. You can just be. So just be, friends. And I think I'm going to round this video out here. I've kind of been rambling for like 15 minutes, but I would say, guys, if you do have the opportunity to unplug from the world, like completely, take it. Like you're gonna have a lot of realizations like this. I don't even know what your realizations would be. This is just me coming from me, my framing and my point of view, but yours might be just completely different. Who knows what you'll find whenever you get out of the current situation you're in. And I know it's not feasible for everybody to just like up and like leave their job or go unplug and go halfway across the world. And that's fine too. And that's why I'm making this video. And that's why I'm sharing some of like my insights and things that are happening to me that I've been learning by being an animal for the last 2 weeks. But that being said, I am definitely getting more into a routine now. Finally, I've been going to the gym. I'm making content again. I'm still exploring Asia, and there's still a lot of strange variables, but I wanted to just take some time to share with you guys my experiences with not having a lot of expectations for myself for the last couple weeks. And it's honestly felt very freeing. I have felt very peaceful and very relaxed and more than I've ever felt in quite some time. And that it's something worth sharing. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, want to see more content, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.